Former NFL running back LeSean McCoy on FS1's Speak talks about what he's seen from Watson through the first 2 weeks.
How should the Browns feel about Deshaun Watson right now?
They need a refund.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's simple. We need a refund. Thanks for everything you did. Let me get some of that back. My thing is with Deshaun Watson is we thought that we would get the old Deshaun Watson back. We gave some grace period because he hasn't played football in some time, and he had like a full camp and all them type of things. Well, this year he did. Full camp with players, new players, old players. Everything he needed, he has. If you look at that Browns team, on defense, they lights out. Yeah. They get after the pass. They can stop the run, then they get after the pass. They get after the quarterback. So you look at the offense. They can run the ball extremely well, and then they do have a number one wide receiver in Amari Cooper. What's the problem? The reason why the Browns went out there and gave him a $230 million contract, guaranteed, boom, is because they thought that he can play. We thought that he could play. Yeah. We thought that he was the only step to taking his team not only to the playoffs, but to the AFC Championship game, to Super Bowl. And he hasn't delivered. I mean, and I was thinking now that Nick Chubb is hurt, you would expect your $230 million quarterback to still carry the load. And we all can say honestly and confidently that we don't think that's possible.
Ew.
I think they should be extremely frustrated. Everything Shady just said. You had a full off season. You had time to learn the offense, to learn your teammates, to get comfortable within the system. The excuses are off the table.
Brad, I think it still comes back to, are they running the offense that they envisioned, or did it get tweaked because you had Nick Chubb? And thing is, you don't have Nick Chubb anymore. Jerome Ford's fine. Kareem Hunt's fine. They're probably better than average NFL running backs, but they're not Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
And you can't operate like they are Nick Chubb.
You can't. And so to that, your point, I kind of hope they do lean into what we envisioned or what we heard this offense was going to be, because I think at this point you're going to live and die with that. Like it in a smaller scale, this Sunday is exactly that because of the run defense, right? Like they are going to make him beat you. And so the Browns have to find answers for that. And Deshaun is going to have to sort it out. Now, the whole thing with their conversation, Shady McCoy's conversation, and on that, listen, there's no exact science to how long this takes, right? Like, and the Browns aren't giving up on Deshaun Watson anytime soon. They don't have an option, Dave. They don't have an option. So, like, they have to continue to try to figure this out week in, week out. So saying it's not possible, I think, is a little harsh. I think that could it take longer than we initially expected? Certainly. I think, like, mentally where he's at right now, there's some questions kind of like, where is he in with the off the field stuff, right? Like, how is he handling being the villain for the first time in his life? All of these things seem to maybe be weighing on him and pressing him a little bit. So adjusting to that, adjusting to the offense, all of this stuff layered together is kind of a mountain that they're going to have to figure out how to climb. And there's going to be peaks and valleys along the way.